Hello, I'm here with James Green, one of the developers of AirMech Command. Thank you for talking to us today.
I'm glad to be here.
Could you tell us a bit more about the VR version of the game?
The VR version of the game is all new. So we took what we had from AirMech before and put it in VR and started to realize, oh my God, there's like so much new that we need to change because now it's like a tabletop game come to life. So it's heavy editing of the original concept, but I feel this is like the real home of the game. You know, when I start putting the pieces together and playing it and I see people just lose themselves in the game for hours, like it's really an amazing, perfect version of the game to me.
So for those of us who haven't played the original game, can you tell us what type of game it is?
It's an action RTS in every definition of the word, and that I wanted to have something that brings that element of a tabletop, you know, little units and tanks moving everywhere, of like a, you know, StarCraft style RTS. But then I also like to get in the battle and being able to control things. So we have the concept of the mechs on top of that, and you're directly controlling the mech. So you've got a gamepad, you've got a twin stick shooter, you're aiming and shooting and moving around and having a great time blowing everything up. But then you can go into the air and you're flying around and you're picking up units and then selecting groups of them and ordering them to roll out. And before you know it, you've got hundreds of units smashing up against one another, like in online games with, you know, I've got a, you know, an osprey at my back that's healing me up and I'm fighting two other people. It's pretty chaotic, but it's a lot of fun. It's just a pure fun experience for me.
It definitely sounds it. And with the previous versions, obviously for console, they were free of charge. How is the setup going to be for this VR version?
Oh, it's a paid version. It's so the US price is you know, around $40, which I feel is a great price point for it because we were able to put in all the content that we've been making for the free-to-play version of the game. So I originally wanted to do free-to-play because I like the idea that you can try it before you buy it. And I've had a lot of fun doing that, but you sort of go down a path with free-to-play where you offer cosmetics that you can unlock or pay for money, and like it's fine, it's cool, it's been a neat experience, but I also like coming back to a more retail package of let's pay this price and there's no in-app purchases, there's no extra things. Like you can get everything, like, you know, thousands of pieces of content that we've made, but now it's all through unlocking, and you know somebody unlocks something, it's just because they earned it. It's skill-based, and I like that. It's a nice shift to get back to that type of space, which you kind of need to do for a small, you know, initial group, because, you know, VR there's not going to be millions of headsets out there at first, so you're sort of forced to go down that path, but I'm kind of glad we were forced to go back to that path, because it's been fun putting this content back that way.
So will this just be for Oculus, or are you planning on progressing to other headsets too?
We've got options to do other platforms we want. To be honest, I'm thrilled to be on the Oculus platform. We've done really deep integration with the Oculus stuff. Oculus has provided a ton of support as far as engineers helping us do stuff, and we just, personally, I'm most excited right now about Oculus. Who knows? Ask me in a year, you know, what's going to do well. I know what each system is sort of planning to do for things, but I like Oculus right now. We think they've got a great package, and we're super excited to launch with them.
And do you have any other VR plans in the pipeline for 2016?
Not for 2016. We are definitely going to do more VR in the future. Nothing that I'm ready to announce yet, but we love working in VR. Like, as developers, it's the first new thing we've been able to do in 20 years, really. I mean, to me, you're making games for a 2D screen. I lump, you know, all the past decades of making games sort of in the same box. Yeah, it's 2D games to 3D games, but the end result is you're playing on a 2D screen. And I just love the freshness of being able to do these things in VR because, you know, people that are watching this video, probably most people have not experienced VR. They've just seen like 2D versions of game, and it's really hard to explain to people how different it is, because you can look at a 2D image representing what a VR experience is like, and it just does not come across. All I ask is that people just wait and, you know, give it a chance.
Well, we'll certainly be looking out for any updates on your future products, so thank you very much for talking to us today.
Thanks.
And don't forget, you can find out all the latest on AirMech Command on VRFocus.com.